Hello everybody, welcome back to Josh Dell'Aria's Musical Escapades. I'm your host, Josh Dell'Aria, and today I have a song for you that starts off like this. And ends up sounding like this. And I'm going to show you guys how that ended up becoming my #1 song of 2017. This song is by an indie rock band based in New Jersey called Real Estate. Now, if you heard Real Estate when they first started out and released their debut album, you might not have been very impressed, or at least I probably wouldn't have been very impressed. So it's kind of good that I'm hearing them, or that I heard them for the first time at the end of last year, as it seems like they've come out with some of their most impressive work through their career. And it's just a testament to show that anybody can improve their music over time. Anyways, like I mentioned, I found them late in the year last year, and I bet you would probably think as a listener, like most songs at the end of the year, I wouldn't have enough time to listen to make a really good judgment on them. But that really couldn't be farther from the truth. That there's been tons and tons of songs that I've had in my top 20s in the past, where I've found them in September, October, November, a couple of them even in December. For example, Rosabella Gregory's Juggler I found in December of 2015. Also Abigail's Ghosts, Sliver. I also found that one very late in the year. I think it was the last couple of days at the end of the year. And the same was true here with Real Estate. As I mentioned on my Facebook page, it took me until December 22nd last year to figure out that this was the #1 song of the year. But once I knew that, it was just absolutely clear to me. What I found on that day was just how integrated, just how put together the music and the lyrics were. And that was really, really important to me. When a song has lyrics and music that are that inseparable, that makes it really special. This song is called 2 Arrows, and it is the 5th song on their newest album, In Mind, as I mentioned. And I've talked long enough about it, so let me go ahead and play it for you guys. A couple things I'll let you know. It is really long. It's almost 7 minutes, but you will enjoy, I'm sure you will enjoy those 7 minutes. It will not be a waste of your 7 minutes. And I do want to tell you, too, that there is a very sudden ending to this song. It's not going to sound like the end when it gets to the end. So, just be forewarned. And this is, again, Real Estate with 2 Arrows. Again, I want to clear up that really sudden ending. I think that's in there. No guarantees. This is kind of the music critics' dilemma here in a lot of ways. But I think that they're just trying to do something different and trying to break you out of the whole idea that every song is supposed to be the same way or it's supposed to end in a certain way, and it's very unusual for a song to end this way. And I think they're doing that just to do something unusual, so that it kind of breaks you out of your stride. Okay, now that I've squared away that ending, I'll go into more detail about some of the other parts of the song, and of course, since the song starts with lyrics, I'm going to start with lyrics. So, we'll start there, and then I'll go through some of the instrumental parts of the song, and kind of, again, I'll mention too how they tie together as well. Now, to me, this song is a clinic in lyrics, and one of the biggest reasons why is because I think it hits that sweet spot of transparency. What I mean by that is that you understand it enough that you get a sense of what the artist is talking about on the first listen, so that you're not turned away by it and saying, I have no idea what these people are talking about, I don't seem to understand the song at all, I don't want to listen to this anymore. But on the other hand, it's not clear enough that you can understand the whole thing on your first listen. And so that's what keeps you coming back for more and more and more. Let me play y'all a couple of lines from the song so that I can illustrate my point just a little bit, and then you can kind of start getting the idea.
Two flashlights out in the night will get you home. Walking under the night's punctured dawn. Although I know we go, I know not where. Our fates move like two arrows through space and through time.
So from those examples, you probably get a good sense that they're talking about some sort of journey, some sort of instance where you're trying to get back home in the nighttime after you've been out for a little while, and you probably don't understand a whole lot more than that just from listening to those lyrics the first time. But as you listen to it more and more, you start getting a better sense of what they're talking about. But that's what keeps you coming back and it keeps you coming in to listen. Well, as I started listening to it more and more, I got more and more of a sense that this whole journey was kind of a reflection of our path in life. And so as I figured that out, I started listening to how the instruments played into that. And I started realizing just how strong this bond was between the music and the lyrics, and just how well they came together. Once I realized that, it became clear to me that the song is actually a reflection of our journeys in life. And they start off really calm and really positive when we're young, when we have the whole world ahead of us and we love what our parents do and we want to grow up and have awesome jobs just like them. And then as life progresses on, things get crazier and crazier and crazier, and you start to get a little bit more chaos as time goes on, which explains that really long and chaotic instrumental at the end where it gets very, very repetitive, and you start getting into that repetitive mindset as an older adult where you don't go off and explore quite as much because you're not quite as optimistic as you were when you're younger. That's why, as I mentioned before, these lyrics and instruments are really inseparable, so that if you change anything about one or the other, the whole meaning of the song changes. So moving over to the instrumental side, I do want to cover this repetitive lick that they keep playing in the guitar, the da 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 da. You know that part that keeps playing over and over again and kind of gets annoying? There's a purpose to that. One of the things that irritates me to no end about music is needless repetition. And I get why artists do it, because they want you to keep repeating a certain line in your head that is kind of catchy, and they think that, they'll get you to sing their song more if they put it in your head. It's kind of like your annoying little brother or sister saying the same thing over and over again just to get you mad. That's what it sounds like. However, not all repetitions are created equal, and the goal of repetition is really just to emphasize a certain point. So in this case, what real estate is doing by taking this set of notes and repeating it over and over again is that they're driving in that point of life being chaotic if you do what everybody else does in life and just goes with the flow and just does ordinary things and not necessarily, doesn't necessarily break out of their shell or doesn't do anything fulfilling. Another thing that real estate is doing with this solo is they're changing the timbre of the guitar. And the timbre is basically a fancy word in music. It basically means the quality of the sound. And I'll show you here on my guitar what that looks like. So you see here, my pick is a little bit is more toward my sound hole. So it's going to create kind of more of a clear open sound. So it'll be like this. Whereas if I were playing closer to the bridge, like over here, it's going to sound a lot more tinny, like this. So you hear the difference there? Just two totally different sounds from playing on different spots of the guitar. So Real Estate's doing something similar here with their guitars, only they're not playing it on different parts of the guitar, but they're just using different aspects of distortion to change the timbre, and I'll show you what that sounds like here. So this is actually right after the second chorus, right before they do those little two lines and then go back into that instrumental. So this is the first iteration of that. And let me give you what they do after they sing those two lines after that first instrumental, so the second part of it. So there's a huge difference in timbre there that you probably didn't notice the first time you were going through this, and I didn't either. I didn't really notice it until I was going ahead to do this video. But yeah, just that change of timbres makes that repetition seem a little bit different. And that's one of the biggest things that they taught us at least that I was taught in college, was that if you change timbre, that can make a repetition sound a little bit different. And that's the whole goal, so that you don't sound the exact same thing twice over. One last thing, I do have one little criticism of this song, and that's the lead singer's vocals. They are a little murky. Like for instance, there's this phrase that I can't really understand. Yeah, I can't understand word of that. So I think having to have more clarity in the voice could probably help the band be a little bit clearer about what they're talking about. Alright, that's all I have for you guys today. I know it was kind of a lot, but I'm sure you guys probably enjoyed that. So if you like this video, definitely make sure you slap at that like button like you slap at a bass, and share it with your friends. And if you're looking for more of this type of stuff, definitely visit us on our Facebook page or on YouTube. We are also going to be featured in the very near future on Community TV Knoxville as well, if you're in the Knoxville area, which is where I live. If you're an artist looking to get your music heard on the show, feel free to reach out to us by our email address, joshdell'ariasmusicalescapades@gmail.com. Again, that's joshdell'ariasmusicalescapades@gmail.com. Or you can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, and we will let you guys know the submission process for that. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll talk to you guys soon.